What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another video, and this will be my Browns Ravens Week 14 Monday Night Football preview as my 9-3 Cleveland Browns return to the dog pound to begin the fourth quarter of the 2020 NFL season as they host the 7-5 Baltimore Ravens on national television. Now, when you look at where these teams are in regards to the playoff race in the AFC, of course, we all know the Browns currently sit at the fifth seed. So we're looking pretty good. You know, we keep playing like we've been playing, and we're going to the playoffs. Now, as for the Ravens, who, by the way, currently sit in third place in the AFC North, you hate to see that, right? That's tough, considering their fans were talking about how they were going to win the AFC North for a third straight year. But that ain't going to happen. And now they may not even make the playoffs. Oh, boy. You'd hate to see that, man. Imagine that. You go from 14-2 to missing the playoffs the very next year. It's so tough. You know what would be even worse for them? If Baker Mayfield led the Browns not only to the playoffs, but he also went out and won a playoff game before Lamar Jackson. My God, I'd hate to be a Ravens fan if that happened because you already know we're coming after you. And then, of course, I'm pretty sure Steeler fans would come after you. And Bengals fans, you already know I'm going to be coming after you too. Because in case you didn't know, the Bengals, while they have made the playoffs more recently, they haven't won a playoff game since, 1991? Bruh! Oh my God. But yeah, man, we're sitting in fifth place. Meanwhile, the Ravens, they're sitting on the outside looking in. And they got some very tough competition when it comes to those final two wild card spots. As, of course, you got the Dolphins who are playing really well right now. You got the Raiders. You got the Colts. And, of course, you got the freaking Patriots, who everyone thought was going to be tanking this year. But you should know Belichick ain't tanking. Belichick ain't going to tank. No, he's trying to make the playoffs. And knowing him, they're going to slip in week 17. They're going to solidify that 0-16 season for the Jets, and then they're going to slip into the playoffs right as the door closes. And then they're going to go on a run because Patriots. But, yeah, you look at the schedules for these two teams ending the year. Of course, the Ravens, they got us. Then they host the Jags, and then they host the Giants. Now, don't sleep on the Giants. They're playing really good right now. And then they end the season on the road in Cincinnati. So it could really come down to week 17. And the way I see it, the Ravens are going to be doing a lot of scoreboard watching over the next 4 weeks because they're going to need a lot of help if they want to make the playoffs. Now, my Browns, on the other hand, we already know we got the Ravens this Monday, and then we got the Giants and the Jets. So, yeah, we're heading out to Jersey for 2 weeks. That'll be a lot of fun. And then we end our season at home against the Steelers, who could very well be playing their backups. So, the way I see it, 3-1 is possible. 2-2, that could happen. 4-0 would be dope, but I don't know about that. Could you imagine if we ended the season on an 8-game winning streak? Dude, that would be nuts. That would be crazy, but I could see another 3-1 coming up. But we'll see what happens. Now, you look at the Ravens team, and of course they got Lamar Jackson, they got Marquise Hollywood Brown. Their receiving core really isn't that scary, but one guy who scares the absolute crap out of me is Mark Andrews, because no matter what we do, we cannot stop him. Now, I don't know if he's going to play. I'm pretty sure he will. But, damn, if he plays, I could just see him having a game against us. But I could see Joe Woods scheming a way to stop him. Now, I can already tell you Ravens fans are going to bring up week 1 because that's really all they can bring up at this point because we're doing better than them. We're 9-3. They're 7-5. Who would have ever thought? We'd have a better record than them after week 1. After that week 1 game, who would have thought we would wind up where we are right now? That's freaking crazy, isn't it? But this Browns team is playing really, really good football right now, man. And we got some guys coming back healthy soon. Denzel could be back within the next couple weeks. Ronnie will be back before the playoffs, hopefully. But yeah, we got a freaking secondary full of backups. It'll be really interesting to see how they attack our secondary. But thank God Myles Garrett's back. I could see Myles Garrett having a good game. But of course, the big key in this game, man, is going to be stopping their run game. And that's a spoiler. That's my number one key to victory this week. Stop their run game and also get ours going. Because if we can get our run game going and essentially do what we did to the Titans last week, control time of possession, run the ball effectively, although we didn't really run the ball that well last week. It was mainly Baker slinging it. Although I don't know if Baker is going to be slinging it like he did against the Titans this week, because unlike the Titans, the Ravens actually have a pretty good secondary. It'll be really interesting to see how, Kevin and Alex attack this Ravens defense. And it'll be really interesting to see how Joe Woods attacks this Ravens offense. But man, oh man, I wish we could have had a full stadium this week, because I tell you one thing, if we had a full stadium, because that place would have been packed. I mean, for real, bro. Damn. But if we would have had 60,000 people, that place would have been jumping. But hey, 12,000 ain't bad. Those 12,000 people are probably going to make it sound like there's 50,000 people there. But, this will be a very fun game. I expect a dogfight. I expect very close game. But when it comes down to my 3 keys to victory, like I literally just mentioned, control time of possession, run the ball effectively, stop their run game, try to make Lamar beat you through the air, but knowing him, he's probably going to slaughter us because, yeah, of course, right? But yeah, it's mainly time of possession and run the ball effectively and get to Lamar Jackson, stop him, essentially. That's objective number 1, always, stop Lamar Jackson. You stop him, you're looking pretty good. And then objective number 3. Key number 3 here is, as always, play smart. No dumb penalties and take care of the football. It's pretty much the way it is. Now, as for my player to watch this week, it's going to be, actually, I'm going to have players to watch, because I'm going to say it's going to be essentially our secondary. Yeah. I'm going to say our defense. Yeah. Our defense, because if we can stop the Ravens' rushing attack, actually, I'm going to get more specific on that. I'm going to say the Browns' run defense. Yeah. If we can stop their rushing attack and make Lamar beat us through the air, I'm pretty sure Money Mitch and Kevin Johnson would be able to hold their own against the Ravens receivers. Now, you may be wondering about Dez Bryant. He actually, I think, came down with the sickness today, or at least he tested positive. We'll see what happens with that. But he actually tweeted out right after the game started or whatever, talking about how he's essentially had enough and that he's done for the year. I don't know what he's doing, but we'll see what happens with that situation. But this is a very big game for us. But yeah, my players to watch is essentially the Browns' run defense. We stop their run. We make Lamar try to beat us through the air. I like our chances, even though we have a secondary full of backups. But they ain't no slouches. Don't sleep on Kevin Johnson or Carl Joseph. They can make plays. It's just when Lamar starts running the ball, that's where things get a little hairy. And then, of course, you have to stop Lamar, Mark Andrews. That'll be tough. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Now, as for my score prediction, I think this will be very close. I could see this coming down to the final possession. And I got us winning, of course, by a final score of, I'm going to say 28-24. Browns score a touchdown very late in the ball game, maybe like in the final minute, and we win, and we go to 10-3 on the year, and we make a playoff berth that much closer. So we'll see what happens. In terms of Ravens fans, you got the usual suspects. You got Beltway. You got freaking Ravens Dead Zone. You got this dude freaking Cole Raven. I don't even know, bro. Whatever, whatever. Have to see what they got to say about this game. But I can already tell you they're going to be talking about week one. I mean, that's essentially all they can talk about because you look at the standings, we're above them. Like, who would have thought about that, bro? Seriously. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this video. Shout out to my Dog Pound brothers as always. And I'll see you in a little while for my week 14 picks. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog 99. Let's go Browns. Let's get this dub on national television, man. We got a chance to show out on national TV, bruh. It's about time we can earn some respect around the NFL because I tell you one thing, this team is heavily disrespected around the league. They're hating on us, bruh. It's time we earn some respect. Let's freaking go. I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. And I'm out.